Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Conley here, and we are celebrating Earth Day this week. And we have an activity here we're going to demonstrate to talk about pollution in our ocean waters, to talk about, again, how we should be thinking about our Earth and ways that we can help it. So first I want to mention we are going to demonstrate an oil spill. And oil is something that we use as a fossil fuel. So fossil fuels, if you've thought about fossils and let's say dinosaur fossils, fun and exciting, fossil fuels are from either old trees or old fish matter. And that is how we then get oil and coal to get electricity, to run gas, to heat our homes. And we use that, but we need to think about ways that we can use less. So when you think about turning off lights, or I'm going to also share another activity to build something called a solar oven, to use something like solar power, to use our sun's energy, to use water. If you've ever driven across the country and seen windmills, wind power is another way to use what's called renewable energy instead of fossil fuels. And so a fossil fuel such as oil, we find from, I mentioned, fish, and that is in the oceans. And we have oil that we pull from the oceans, and sometimes something bad that happens is an oil spill. So Joe Frank has put in some animals in this water to demonstrate an oil spill and to do an experiment with this. You can put in some animals. What animals do you have, Joe Frank, in there?
Pussy, crabs, orcas, sword,
and I'm going to add in some plastic pollution. We definitely don't want plastic pollution in our waters, but we'll add this, and we don't want this on our animals, do we, Joe Frank? There is, unfortunately, something called a garbage patch in our oceans right now, and a plastic bag, for instance, can take up to 1,000 years to break down. So we'll add in this just to kind of make it sad for our animals in there. And then we're going to add some oil to create our oil spill. You can add blue food coloring to your water if you'd like. And you can add just oil as is. You can add, I have some coffee grinds here from my little cup. This can make it look darker in color for the oil spill. And then we'll add some oil. When you add this around, the oil does not mix well with our waters. It also would make our animals very sad. And what we're going to demonstrate here is how scientists and environmentalists can help oil spills by cleaning them up. So an experiment you can do is not only have the oil spill happen, but have it cleaned up. We have cotton balls. You can have little droppers like this, or even a kitchen baster to try to suck up that oil. So Joe Frank, do you think you can clean up that oil?
Yes.
Look for that oil spill. Oh. We're going to try to clean up that oil. So we didn't get all of it there. Oh, and we pushed it back in. That's okay. What about a cotton ball to clean this up? That is sometimes how crews use to clean up. One other way to demonstrate is to have straws. JP has my straws here. They use large skimmers when this happens, let's say in the Gulf of Mexico and other ocean waters. They use large skimmers, and you can experiment to see how that pulls the oil across the top of the water. Oil is less dense and will float on top of water, so we can skim it off. One other experiment you can do is if you have a feather, is to see what happens when a feather is just on the water. And let's say a bird, a feathered animal, how they can swim and be floating on water with those feathers. But if they get, let's say, covered in oil, that feather won't do as well. And if a bird got oil on them, one other thing that scientists do is to save those animals, to help them. They can use soap. I have dish soap here that you can experiment with, also trying to get that feather clean again. Trying to get that soap and oil to mix, to then rinse that off, dry it off, and see how your feather is better after that cleaning with soap, cleaning off that oil spill. Again, I was hoping that this oil spill activity would be some way that you and your family can discuss our environment, thinking about keeping our earth healthy, and I hope you enjoy celebrating our earth this week. Bye.